Hey, what it do? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again on this Tuesday night live stream. Wednesday? What's today? I don't even know. I guess it's Wednesday. Zach Hodge, what's going on? Move, Coco, move. Go sit down. Brandon Williams, what's going on? Sit back. Sit down. Q Childs, what it do? Antoine Martin, you always changing your name, bro. Brandon Hill, Oxon Hill in the house. All right, you right down the road. Raymond Solis, what's going on? What it do, Dave? Kevin Carr, what it do? Those that are doing this stuff, man. A lot of research, especially with the draft stuff. Because I'm still kind of new to it, but for a while. James, what it do, man? Nino, what's going on? Thomas Garrett, how you doing, brother? Yeah, the cabin fever, man. I know we all dealing with it right now. So, I think that's the reason why, like, all of us are trying to just get these videos out and just give you guys some type of content. So, it's not as bad. You know what I mean? I did my 1.0 mock draft, a couple of days ago. So before I get into this my 2.0, I'm gonna go. So those of you that missed my last mock draft, I'll go over my picks for the first mock draft now. And the reason why I'm doing multiple, and this is the first year I'm doing multiple, like last year, the year before that, and then the year that we went to the draft when the Cowboys hosted the draft. So that was my first year doing a mock draft. So the earlier mock drafts, basically what I did was I just did one mock draft. But since we have a new coaching staff, I thought I'd do something different this year, just to add a little bit of flavor, to give you guys both safety and cornerbacks. We need a slot wide receiver and some backup offensive linemen. So on my first mock draft, I didn't have many offensive guys because I know that, this is going to be, regardless, this is going to be a defensive heavy draft, but we need to pick people up in all facets. CeeDee Lamb will be awesome, but he's going to be gone. He's going to be well off that book. You're hearing the Dallas will draft a linebacker within the first 3 rounds. It's quite possible. I don't know which one they're going to go for, though. Are you doing a Redskins game again this year? It depends on what Mark and the Cowboys experience do. If they do another thing and they want to pay me to DJ, that's on them. That's a business call. Because my DJing is a business. So if they want to pay me for it, then that's fine. Are you doing the Redskins? Oh, the Redskins. What's good? 43 Flex, what's going on, Frat? Lunatic, what's going on? Can we get Trayvon Diggs? It would be nice, but I looked at him too. I think he might be off the board as well. I didn't know that he was Stephon Diggs' younger brother. Now it makes sense because when I did my right here in my state, so I was like, well, wait, Stephon Diggs went to Maryland, but he went to Alabama, so I guess he just committed to Alabama. But I didn't know that they were brothers until I just put 2 and 2 together. Stephon, Trayvon, it's all those. But again, so recap of my first mock draft. So in the first pick for my first mock draft, and this is not today, this is my first mock draft. Round 2, I had defensive end Julian Okwara out of Notre Dame. Then in round 3, I had cornerback Bryce Hall out of Virginia, the ankle injury. Then in the 4th round, I had defensive tackle. I had wide receiver KJ Hill, Ohio State, but I had from Hawaii. He's got that that Troy Polamalu hair. Yeah. big Samoan guy. You know what I mean? You want that in the middle of your defense. And then in for the first 5th round pick, I had defensive lineman Khalil Davis out of Nebraska. The second 5th round pick, which was our comp pick, I got linebacker. Say had offensive lineman Justin Herron out of Wake Forest. You said I'm cutting out? Hold on. You said you missed the first round. This is the old one. I had Xavier McKinney for the first round. Is it better now? Is it still buffering? I normally don't have issues with my internet. I'm still cutting out. Shit. God damn it. It's good now? Okay. Okay, all right. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I was about to say there's nothing else in here. I'm getting ready to move. There's nobody here. There's like nothing going. All right, so I'm good. All right. So that was last week's. So for this week's, as we head into 2.0, 2.0. Yeah, no, I don't normally have issues with my internet. Maybe it's just a hiccup. And of course, my dog wants to be all in the mix here. What's going on, girl? You all right? You good? Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get her a treat. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. All right, so we're back. Q, if I didn't say what's up, man, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you being in here. I always appreciate my moderators showing love, you know. All right, so for this particular mock 2.0, I may do a 3.0. I don't know. It really depends on how I feel. I might just keep them at the 2 because, again, the Cowboys can go so many different ways here. And I just want to let you guys know that with the Cowboys, like, when you see them interviewing players, again, remember, they can't have the 30 visits because, you know, of COVID-19. So they're doing all these phone interviews. And like I said, we're not going to have, you don't want other teams to have the upper hand, but, oh, we know the Cowboys are going to get this particular player. So let's get a jump start and jump ahead of them and get this guy before they get him. So that's not what you want to do. Yeah. So, more right, but this dude, let me tell you something. I think he's rated, the second or third best pass rusher in his league. So again, I think that Fly Eagles Fly. Well, thank you for the super chat. You said Mark don't know football. Well, I mean, I gotta disagree with you. I mean, he's played it, so I mean, he knows a little something. That's why Cowboys shouldn't post their video chats with players. Well, that's the thing. Just because they're interviewing don't mean that they're going to get those particular players. Again, they're going to be talking to 30 players. We know that, you know, that stuff is going to be public anyway. So whether they do it or not, somebody's going to not actually on the team. So they can talk to anybody they want to. Just because they talk to them don't mean that who they're going to pick or whatever. Nobody knows who they're going to pick. Now, nobody really knows who's going to pick what. This is the first pick out of the draft. We normally know who that is, but sometimes that could be different too. You never know. So, I'm still buffering. Am I really still buffering? Yeah, of course. They're not going to show they have interest in Caleb Vaughn because they don't want nobody to pick them. They like Caleb Vaughn. They like Caleb Vaughn. They like shit. I'm buffering. Do you guys want me to just try to start it over again, and you guys can come back in, or let me know what you want? Is it how bad is it buffering? Is it real bad, or you want me to keep going, or because I can't tell because I'm. You're fine. Okay, all right. Yeah, Trent, I'm good, man. How you doing down there in Australia? What time is it out there in Australia, brother? Let me see. Okay. Yeah, some of you guys saying it's good. Some people are saying, all right, so I'm just going to keep on going. All right, so if you guys didn't hear, for the first round, Kaylavon Chason, edge rusher out of LSU. He's a sophomore. He's rated the second and third best defensive tackle in the league. I mean, defensive end in the league. He's 6'3". He has 32 by 1/4 inch arms, 9-inch hands. Like I said, he's quick off the ball. He's agile. He's flexible. And again, you want a speed rusher at that end because, again, you need somebody to suffice for what you got rid of with Robert Quinn, or you lost with Robert Quinn, I should say. Now, even with Aldon Smith, you know that this defensive line is going to be a rotating type of defense. So with that being said, you still want to get a guy like that in the first round so you can, it cut out again? You said it's not that bad to where we missed what you said. Okay, so long as you hear what I'm saying, I guess it's fine. I don't know why it keeps cutting out. Like I said, there's nothing else pulling on my internet but my live stream. I've never had an issue with this. It's crazy. Move, Coco, move. Let me take my phone off of here and see if that helps. Daniel Perez, what's going on? Hey, brethren, you tripping, man. You said, what about Tristan Hill? See, that's the thing, man. We don't know what's going to happen with Tristan Hill. The issue with that is, are they going to play him or not? Now, we know that the Garretts, the old regime, with Marinelli, them, they didn't know what to do with him. They just had him. They had him, not in uniform. Weekend. Well, you got the envelope, girl. All right. So for the second round pick. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't finished with Chase on. So he provides speed, power with his long arms. In 2019, he had 34 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. He said they should trade him. They're not gonna get any trade bait by him. The reason why they're not gonna get any trade bait by him is because of the simple fact that he didn't play. Nobody's gonna trade for Tristan Hill. He's on his rookie deal. That's not a smart move, because nobody's going to trade for a guy that you didn't even have on the field. There's no tape on him. Mrs. Coco, what's going on? Welcome. Coco, what is wrong? I need you to get back, Coco, because you're messing up my stream. Get back. Sit down. Down. Thank you. What's going on, Shay? How you doing? All right, so here we are. So that was his stats for last year. So in the second round, I have for this mock draft, A.J. Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. 6'1", 195 pounds, 31-inch arms, 9-inch hands. He ran a 4.42 in a 40-yard dash and a 34.5-inch vert. 3 PBUs. But here's the thing. Like, I went and looked at some tape of A.J. Terrell. They don't throw to him that often. So that should tell you something. That means that these what you want. Mr. Truck, you said blame it on the dog. Yeah, you're not got to blame it on somebody, right? You said you like AJ. Yeah, he got exposed by Jamar Chase, but what corner didn't in this draft? And that's the thing. Everybody thinks that, like, a corner and a safety never gets burnt. It's life. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to be in a situation where you're not going to either get burnt or you're going to get scored on. Even the best ones get scored on. It happens. But when you got a guy that's a dog, you got a guy that's a fighter, and with this new defensive coaching staff we have right now with Al Harris and Maurice Linguist and Mike Nolan and Jim Tomsula, I'm telling you, this is going to be a situation where they're going to play press man. No more of this shit playing 10 yards off the ball like we were doing last season, staying either in cover 3 or playing zone defense, and safeties are out there on the island. The cornerbacks are left hanging. There's no help. And the way that Marinelli's scheme is basically it leaves no room for error. So if you make a mistake, you get burnt by accident. Remember Robbie Anderson? Perfect example. Y'all remember that Jets game, right? Y'all remember that Jets game? Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson burnt us for a 97-yard reception. That was off of the scheme. That shit was crazy. Unless it's Jeff Okudah. So here's the thing. Jeff Okudah is going. He's not making out of the top 5. He's probably going to go to the Lions. Are probably going to get him at pick number 3. I would love to have Jeff Okudah, but you know. So you said you guys like AJ Terrell. That's a good pickup for round 2. So round 3. Yeah, definitely good second round value because you look at if he's the 6th best cornerback, you look at it's probably going to be like three of them picked in the first round, and then 2 probably ahead of him in the second round because, like I said, we picked number 51 in the second round, so there's going to be time before that to get him. Donnell Womack, what's going on, man? I'm good. How you doing? Yeah. Okudah's gonna be gone. Number 3. Lions are gonna get it because they lost Darius Slay. So Darius Slay is now an Eagle. So the Eagle fan in here, they're gonna be boasting about that damn Darius Slay signing. So I mean, or that trade or whatever the situation was. So yeah, no, Okudah's going to the Lions. He's gonna be a Lion. You could almost guarantee that, almost like Joe Burrow going to the Bengals. All right, so in round number 3. That was my mock draft for number 1. Remember, this is mock draft 2.0. That was my mock draft 1. My mock draft 1, I had Bryce Hall in the 3rd round. I said in the beginning of the video that he'll probably because we know that Travis Frederick is not going to be here. He retired. We got Joe Looney. He's on a 1-year contract. We don't know what McGovern's going to do. So I got in round 3, I got Nick Harris, center out of Washington, 6'1", 302 pounds. He was 2nd team All-American, 1st team All-Pac-12, 2 years straight. Real solid guard center. So you kind of want a guy that's like versatile on that offensive line. So could provide depth for you there because, again, we lost Cameron Fleming to the Giants. We lost Suafilo to the Bengals, so you got to get some guys there. You said they'll get Isaiah Simmons over Okudah, and Isaiah Simmons is the best linebacker in the draft, though. He's definitely going to go top 10. Valerie, what's going on? How you doing? DMV Cowboys, what's going on, bro? What's going on, bro? Yeah, Nick Harris. A lot of guys ain't been talking about him, but again, the offensive linemen don't get no love. But I'm gonna give him love today. I'm gonna show him love on this channel today. I'm gonna show him love. 238 pounds. He ran a 4.42 in the 40-yard dash. What do you guys think about Chase Claypool? I know somebody in the chat in my last live stream was asking me about Claypool, and I said, all right, I'm going to put him in my draft for this one, for 2.0. So I got Chase Claypool for the 4th round pick, wide receiver out of Notre Dame. He had 66 receptions last year, 1,037 yards. He had 13 touchdowns and 15.7 yards average per catch. I like Duvernay. I like Duvernay too. I do like Duvernay. But I like Chase Claypool too because he can play the slot and the outside. He can be kind of like your replacement to what we had with Randall Cobb. You can play him in both. Yeah, he's definitely an athlete. One thing about Chase Claypool, right? For him to be 238 pounds, that's kind of heavy for a wide receiver. But the fact that he ran a 4.4 is, again, a freak of nature. You're right. But the fact that he's that fast at 238 pounds says a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you can see that guy just basically bullying these DBs off the ball. So that's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. And if we could get either Chase Claypool in the 4th or KJ Hill that I had in my 1.0 mock draft. Either or. I like both of these guys. So for the 5th round pick, because we got 2 5th round picks. So for our first 5th round pick one offensive lineman from Washington State. They produce pretty good offensive linemen. They pass. He's Tyron Smith because we know and we love Tyron Smith. We know what Tyron Smith brings to the table. But we know that Tyron Smith also has, for future reference, you can get a guy like Jared Hilbers and basically just get him in this offense and just learn everything and just learn behind Tyron Smith. So when Tyron's time is up, he can take that spot over. So just look at it like that. William, I'll go back over it when I finish. Hill is a little more realistic in the 4th. Claypool may be gone in the 2nd round. He's that freak of an athlete. Now, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't think he's going to go that high because, well, he could. I mean, he could. But I'm looking at the trends because there's so many wide receivers in his draft. It's so many of them. That, like, not saying he might get lost in the sauce, but, like, there's so many different ways these teams can go. So you really never know. You said Claypool late 3rd? Quite possibly. But if he's there in the 4th round, you better get him. That's a steal in the 4th round. I'm telling you, that is a steal. So for our comp pick, the pick that we got for Cole Beasley in the 5th round, that is pick number 179. I got Cameron Curl, safety out of Arkansas. Cameron Curl. He's 6'2", 206 pounds. His senior year, he had 46 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. He has 32-inch arms and 8.5-inch hands. He ran a 4.6 in the 40-yard dash, and his vert is 34.5 inches. PC76, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in here. So what do you guys think about Cameron Curl out of Arkansas? I got him in the 5th round for our comp pick. You said he's slow. And then for our last pick for the 7th round, I had pick number 231. I got Logan Wilson, line. That's what you get for the 5th round. You said sounds like a Dallas pick will never play. So here's the thing. Now, again, the Cowboys can go a different route. They don't necessarily have to go that way. Now, again, with this, we got to get out of the mindset of thinking how this team is going to draft. This is the reason why I'm doing multiple. I'm giving options for multiple picks. So, but like I said, I got Logan Wilson, linebacker out of Wyoming. He's 6'2", 241 pounds, 32-inch arms, 9.5-inch hands. He ran a 4.63 in a 40-yard dash, 32-inch vert. He basically would be a special teams guy. Tony Peacock, what's going on, man? Dave, what's going on? So I'll go back over them again in a second. I just wanted to say that, like, that's the reason why this is the first year I'm doing multiple mock drafts, because, again, with this new coaching staff, we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know what they're thinking. They can go so many different ways. Now, they already have a guy that can play punter. Tristan, I can't pronounce his last name. It starts with a V, but he's on their futures list. So he's gonna basically battle it out with Chris Jones. So, but they already have that. They're not gonna draft any kickers or punters. We got 2 kickers already. So, which says a lot. So to recap for my mock draft 2.0, I got Kaylavon Chason, edge rusher out of LSU for the 1st round. 2nd round, AJ Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. 3rd round, I got Nick Harris, center out of Washington. He's a little undersized right now, but I think that the Cowboys they got them weight rooms in there. They could beef him up. He'll be all right. Fourth round, if he's there, Chase Claypool, wide receiver out of Notre Dame. Round 5, Jared Hilbers, offensive tackle out of Washington. Round 5 again, Cameron Curl, safety out of Arkansas. And 7th round pick, Logan Wilson, linebacker out of Wyoming. That's the 7th round mock draft for my 2.0. Like I said, I may do a 3.0. It really depends on how I feel. It depends on what the trends are looking like because I'm going by the different trends. I know that the team is literally like they're talking to their people, they're doing what they need to do. Sisters, their aunties, their cousins, they girlfriends, whatever the situation is. Like they're talking about their personal life. They're trying to get to know these guys. And again, these guys are people too. You said I got to do a 3.0. I'll think about it, Valerie. I'll definitely think about it. I might do it. I got the time at this point. I can do it. I think that it would behoove the Cowboys to cross their T's and dot their I's, which I believe that they'll do. I'm really liking what this new coaching staff, what their mindset is doing. It's to hear me when I say going forward, we have to get out of the Jason Garrett era and step into the Mike McCarthy era because this is a new year, new wave, new everything. You said, can we get Chase Young? So you trying to trade all the way up to number 2 because the Redskins are locked to get him in number 2. There's no way you're getting Chase Young. There's no way. He's a defensive guy in the draft, so it's lagging again. Damn it. All right, well, I'm almost done anyway. So, but you guys did get most of the information. I just wanted to, Thomas, no chance in hell. As long as you guys got all the draft picks, I'll fix the internet when I get off of here. I don't know why it's buffering. It shouldn't be buffering. Because I'm looking at my internet bar right here. It's a full go, so I don't understand why it's lagging. They need to try some. There's a lot of quitters on the team. Zeke sneaks. So this is the thing about the quitting thing, and shout out to Big Game James. Big Game James put it on his channel, and him and I were talking about it. You guys know the George Iloka, the safety that we had last year for the offseason. He has his own little podcast. So he was talking to Kayvon Frazier, my frat brother. He was talking to Kayvon about, Kayvon was explaining how decisions and how he thought it wasn't fair that he didn't get to crack the starting lineup, how they had the people that they wanted to get. And then when Chris Richard got here, he had his way of doing things. Marinelli did things the way they were doing things. And they were basically just talking about the whole defense. And we played too much zone. We were too far off the ball, 10 yards off the ball. And the defense was made to be easy. It was easy to learn. But the problem with that is if your defense is easy to learn, then offensive coordinators of other teams are going to be able to combat that, and they're going to play you better, and they're literally going to know exactly what you do if you don't switch it up. We already know they were in cover 3 90% of the damn time. So, I mean, it just, you said too many people on the network. Well, ain't nobody on my network but me. But if you're talking about in life, yeah, because, everybody's at home. So everybody on the internet. So, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been slower since the lockdown. And that's the part that sucks. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Yeah, easily getting exposed. And the Cowboys got exposed many times. And we didn't make any adjustments. So basically that was, you said Jalen Johnson. Okay, cool. Basically, like Kayvon was just expressing how, he felt about the defense or whatever. He said that he respected Jason Garrett because Jason Garrett gave him a chance. He was the reason why he was on the team and why he made the team and things like that. And that's pretty much where Kayvon left it. But when he said that, and a lot of the ways that I was observing this team, it all made sense to me because I just looked at it like, damn, that just basically solidified what I was thinking anyway. I was already thinking in the general consensus of the team that like this is what was going making changes and doing shit. So if you look at some of the games, if you notice, it seemed like they didn't try hard because they didn't. Because they was like, man, forget this. They were like, just let the guy score on me. He got it. He got it. Now, I think that with what this new coaching staff brings, they bring discipline. They bring order. They bring a fresh new ideas, a whole new defensive scheme, a whole new offensive scheme. So with everything that's changing, a lot of the things that you guys think about the players that are already on this team, they're not bad. Because if you ever notice, when our players leave, you see how quick they are to go to other teams? A lot of our players in free agency, why do you think that they go in the first and second day or the first week of free agency? Because we got good players. But us as Cowboy fans, we just sit here and we don't think outside the box. But that's why you got me here. So I can show you guys that you can think outside the box a little bit. You don't have to just go in there saying like, okay, well, this guy sucks because he's getting burned or he's not looking back for the ball. Well, if your coach is telling you to do that, you better just do that because you don't want to get cut. Whether you agree with what your coach is telling you to do or not, you got to do it. So I think that a lot of that is because of the situation with the old coaching staff. But I think that with this new coaching staff, they're going to have these players right. Now, I would have loved to see Jeff Heath come back because I wanted to see with his aggressive way of tackling. I wanted to see what he can do in his Mike Nolan's defense. Hey, do you think that we'll get back Tavon Austin? He's still out there. So here's the thing. I love Tavon Austin. I've been wanting them to re-sign him. I say that all the time. But if you guys remember, I don't think John Fossil really likes Tavon Austin like that. Remember, he's one of the reasons why Tavon Austin got traded to us in the first place. Because, again, John Fossil was the special teams coach at the Rams when Tavon was there. Now that Tavon came to the Cowboys, there was no John Fossil. Now that John Fossil's here, I'm wondering if John Fossil's telling the team, like, we don't need Tavon Austin. We can find another guy, and we can get a guy we can get an undrafted guy to come in and do that. So I don't know what the situation is. He didn't do much for the Rams, but Tavon did do much more with us. Even though they still didn't play him like they should have and used him how they should have, I just think that in that game, like, again, you can use him in a lot of different ways. And I think that in this Mike McCarthy's offense, he can definitely be used. You can still use him on special teams, but it really depends on what the team is thinking. Now, maybe they're waiting to the last minute to sign him. I don't know why, because you could get him for a $2 million contract. You get him on a cheap contract, so it really doesn't matter. You said Dak Prescott is trash. Are you a Cowboy fan? Because if you're a Cowboy fan, then I don't understand why you would say that, because his stats don't lie. So, but whatever. William Taylor, what's going on, man? Thomas Utah had one of the best secondaries and lost a good safety to reverse. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I think his agent is the same one as D-Laws. That's why this thing is taking so damn long. You said he's buffering with that. You said, what should we target? Well, I already talked about it. Did you just come into the chat and then stream? We know what the Cowboys need. We know they need edge rushers. We know they need a slot wide receiver. We know they need corners. That's the biggest needs on this team. Greg, what's going on? Oh, you just joined? Yeah. So you can go back and watch it again later, and you'll see the guys that I had picked for my pick. Now, I don't know if some of you guys watch college. I'm not a big fan of college football. Now, I do watch it when it's convenient for me. And then normally, like, at the end of the football season, like at the end of the NFL season, like if we don't make it to the playoffs, that's when I start looking at my college guys going forward to the next draft. So, when I do my mock draft, I kind of got an idea of who I want the Cowboys to pick or who I think they're going to pick. Because, again, I don't pick my mock drafts based off of what I think per se. I do it based off what the Cowboys need, right? So because we need these particular players, that's why I chose them in the spot. There's no point of trading up in the draft. You don't need to do that because it's so much talent in the first round. You're going to get somebody good. There's going to be talent there. 335 defensive tackle. Yeah, I saw his. I watch all of Vosh's breakdowns and stuff. Justin Jefferson and slot would be dangerous. Yeah, I like Justin Jefferson as well. Again, they're not talking about him, so he definitely could be a pick. Remember, the guys that they least talk about are more than likely of the ones that the Cowboys are going to get. So the ones that you keep hearing about are less likely the ones that's going to, because again, it's a smokescreen. You don't want other teams to know what you don't want. It's like playing poker. You're not going to show your hand. You never show your hand. And I've seen some of these talking heads, right, with their mock drafts. I've seen some of their mock drafts. And a lot of them have the Cowboys getting a wide receiver at number 1. And I'm like, what the hell doesn't make sense? Now, granted, those particular wide receivers are great. Jerry Jeudy, probably the best route runner in the draft. Henry Ruggs, the fastest wide receiver in the draft. CeeDee Lamb, the most athletic wide receiver in the draft. So you look at these guys and you're like, okay, well, we could go here, we go here. Now, in my opinion, if they did go with a wide receiver in the first round, it would only be CeeDee Lamb because he's just too dynamic not to pick. But if he's there, then you get it. Now, Jeudy ain't slipping past the Raiders. I think the Raiders picked number 10, 11. The Raiders got 2 first-round draft picks. They pick, I think, either 10 or 11. I think they pick 11, and then they pick right after us at 18 again. Yeah, Lamb is the only receiver I would take. Because you need safeties. You need cornerbacks. Why in the hell would you go get a goddamn wide receiver in the first round knowing that you need back-end guys? Who's your starting cornerback tomorrow? If the Cowboys play the game tomorrow, who the hell is your starting cornerback? I'll wait. Exactly. So, as of right now, it would be Anthony Brown. Now, I would love to have C.J. Henderson, but I think the Falcons might pick him before us. The reason why I say that is because they're losing Desmond Trufant, or they lost Desmond Trufant, and they need another corner to back that up. So, he said his staff might think they can work with Cheeto and Anthony Brown. I guarantee you they believe that. They like Cheeto. They like Anthony Brown. Why do you think they signed him back? They signed Anthony Brown back so fast, they was like, look. And again, I don't think that the guys that's on the team sucks. It's just that this coaching staff that we had before could bust a grape with nothing. You're going to see. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm going to say, what's the date today? And you guys could go back and quote me on this. Wednesday, April 8th. Positive that when this season starts, I think that this coaching staff has a way of working with what we have, and they're going to make them play better. We're going to look back and be like, damn, those guys really weren't that bad. We were just stuck on Jason Garrett for a decade. And that's the thing. That's the thing, guys. That's the thing. Think about it. Just think about it for a second. Think about it for a second. Just think about it. If it makes sense to you. We sit here and we're like, okay, oh, we could get rid of that guy. We can get rid of this guy. We don't need them. They're expendable, whatever. But then they go to another team, right? Anthony Hitchens. But no, they play on this team. They play on this team, and we can't bust a goddamn. It's got to be coaching. There's no other way. There's no other way. I like Damian Wilson. He got me 14 points a week because he was tackling so good. He said we're gonna find out real quick this season coaching matters, especially subpar. Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. And see, this is the thing. Appreciate it, William. This is what we're gonna find out. This is what we're gonna find out. We are gonna look back and we're gonna be like, damn, we were brainwashed for a freaking decade under Jason Garrett and Rod Marinelli and the defensive coordinators we had before. Y'all remember when we had Rob Ryan? Y'all remember that bullshit? That exotic defense under Rob Ryan? Couldn't bust a grape with that defense either because the defense was so goddamn complicated. The guys didn't even understand what they were doing, and they also got gashed. So one thing about football, if you never played it before, just so you know, if you go out there and play it, you don't know what the hell you're doing, you're going to look stupid. It's less thinking and more doing. You have to know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, you can play fast. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be thinking like, oh, he shot the gap and he's gone. The running back that ran right past your ass because you don't know what the hell you're doing out there. Now, that's what Jason Garrett's offense and what Marinelli's defense gave you. Now, the Tampa 2 defense was bomb back in the day when he was coaching for the Buccaneers. Sit down. When he was coaching for the Buccaneers, when the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, it was good back then. But this is the thing. Things change. Times has changed. Things have progressed. It's a whole different era. You can't look at what happened in the past and sit here and expect greatness now. You have to you have to change with time. We know that Jason Garrett was bullheaded, stubborn, whatever word that you want to use to clarify what it was, but that's what it was. He didn't want to make adjustments, didn't want to make no damn changes. We kept doing the same damn thing over and over again. And then when Jason Garrett got tired of people, and you guys seen this, when Jason Garrett got tired of people criticizing him, what would he do? He would do something different, right? That everybody kept saying he should do. He would try it, and then it will work. And guess what? He will go right back to the bullshit. And then you're sitting there like, what are we doing? So Des Bryant is not a slot receiver for the last time. And with that Tampa 2, you have to have dominant defensive tackles, which we did not have. We had pretty good ones, but they weren't dominant. They weren't like how Warren Sapp was. Now, Dontari Poe and Gerald McCoy is more so of what Warren Sapp was. So, it might work with these new guys, but now that we got a whole new defense, everything's going to be predicated on the talent that we have, not just off a scheme. Again, I love the philosophy that Mike McCarthy was saying. He basically said, we are going to fit our scheme to the players that we have, not the players to the scheme. Because when you do it like that, that is the winning recipe. Because, again, you draft all these players, right? Remember how we didn't get T.J. Watt, and T.J. Watt played really good with the Steelers? Granted, we know that he's a 3-4 linebacker, but if you would have drafted him, if you made some changes, you probably could have utilized him. But Jason Garrett them wasn't going to do that. But Mike McCarthy and them going to do that. They going to pick whoever the hell it is. Because if they pick Chaseon in the first round, he's a defensive end, or if you put him in the 3-4, he's an outside linebacker. You could play him either way. So if the Cowboys do decide that they want to switch to a 3-4 later on in the future, they can do that because then they have now drafted players that are versatile, that can play in both type of schemes. You guys understand what I'm saying? So let's just look at it like that. Oh, John, for real? I'm sorry, man. From the virus. Yeah, no, my family's all right. My grandmother's not too well, but it has nothing to do with the virus though. She just had surgeries or whatever, and she's Thomas is. Jerry Jones knew that Jason Garrett wasn't the type of guy that he can give full range to, because again, we know that Jason Garrett was a yes man. So Jason Garrett's not that guy that you can just hand all the decisions to and expect him to make the right ones. Now, you would think that Jason Garrett would be okay with doing that or good at doing that because, I mean, he's a Princeton graduate. He ain't no dummy, but I guess maybe his way of thinking is just different. I don't know. Yeah, Will McClay did want Juan Thornhill. So did we, Vern. So did we. You had both Juan Thornhill and Taylor Rapp there for the taking. And they both had a good rookie season. They did. They did. And I think that the Cowboys definitely learned from their mistake by not getting the damn, because I don't know what it was. They just didn't value DBs. And I think because they got, I don't know. The last DB they paid Cowboys now. Now Crawford, with those hip injuries or whatever, but Crawford played his role was crucial with this team. I think that's why they still like him, because when he was in the game, he made a difference, and his versatility is definitely needed. Right, and then they picked Tristan Hill and didn't use him. I don't think that this. We know that Mike Nolan and Mike McCarthy, we know that neither one of them is just going to pass up on talent. If they see the talent there, they're going to pick it. That is the best player available. Get him. But McClay now has, he don't have to worry about fighting with this old regime about players, because they're all on the same page right now. You said they didn't play Hill because he sucked. Well, we don't know if he sucked, because they didn't even give him an opportunity. I don't remember ever seeing him on the field. And if he was, he played like 1 snap, 2 snaps, if that. I can't say he sucks yet, because I haven't seen him do a damn thing. I don't say any player sucks until I see some substance. Hell, some people say Dalton Schultz sucks. We really don't freaking know, because he didn't get an opportunity to do anything. I just, healthy and active 5 games ain't seen enough. Exactly, like I said. You can't judge a player if you ain't seen a damn thing from him. He made 1 good play all season. And again, make some more. You know what it is? And I've said this time in and time out. When you're just going to sit there like, damn, like they don't even really rock with me like that. They don't want me to play. I must suck. So then it seeps into your mind that I freaking suck. So you go out there and you're like, oh, woe is me, because my coaches don't even have any damn faith in me. So I must really suck. And then you start believing that you suck yourself. The same thing with Blake Jarwin. Until we didn't, y'all were getting ready to say Blake Jarwin was a bust until he had them scoring and kept scoring, because his confidence was built as he played more snaps. You can't have confidence if you're not playing any damn snaps. That's just what it is. Yeah, he is immature, but again, he's got to grow up. But they also hired a coach that's going to help with behavior issues too. So that's a good thing. Yeah, it's way too early. You said he was getting washed. I got to go back and look at it, because again, I don't even remember him playing that much to even get washed. But shit, you will go out there and get washed too if you don't get to play that often. Because one thing about football, and if you ever played the damn sport, you would know that you have to get it one-on-one with an individual player within 5 players on each team. That's how basketball works. But in football, the way the game works is you got to get into a groove. If you're just out there for one play or maybe a series here and there, you never get into a groove of the game. Perfect example, Sean Lee. When Sean Lee is in the game more, he plays better, because he's able to see what the quarterback is doing. He's able to sit there and diagnose some of the weaknesses and the strengths of the offensive guys that he's going against. And that's just not the type of player he is. So if you're not in there enough, you're not seeing this. You don't know where to be. You don't know that running back's tendencies. You don't know which way he likes to run the ball. You don't know a damn thing. So you're in there just guessing. as a defensive player. You're guessing where the ball is going to go. So you have to get into a groove. So I don't know. They'll have a decent draft. I don't know how great it'll be. But we'll see. Yeah, like you said, Frank, it takes time. D-Law was not a great defensive player outright. Everybody can't be an Aaron Donald. It doesn't come like that all the time. The Garrett regime didn't use any player right. They sure did. But they wanted to get these project guys like when they got what's his name? That defensive guy, the African dude from London. When they got him, he was a project. What happened? He left us, went to Carolina, and actually made the team and did a little something. We got Rico Gathers. It was a project guy. They wanted to grab a guy that played basketball because he was 6'7" with these long ass damn arms, but they didn't utilize him either. So it's just, stop getting project players if you know what the hell you're doing. It's like driving. It's like buying a brand new car that's a stick shift and tearing it up, just tearing it up. That's what the Cowboys do. They done tore this damn team up, and it sucked. And that's why we were the laughing stock. That's why it was 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 9-7, 8-8, 9-7, and that's it. So, yeah, Marinelli wanted a 3-tech. When in reality, we needed a fat, heavy run stop and defensive tackle. Makes no sense. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And even with that, Marinelli didn't like fat boys. He didn't like fatties. He wanted speed defensive tackles. He wanted guys that were smaller but agile, which I agree with that, but you need a balance of both because you are going to get your ass handed to you if you don't got a fatty up the middle. You got to have your one technique. I don't give a damn what defense you run. 4-3, 3-4, your mamas, your daddies, your aunties. I don't give a damn what defense you're running. You got to have a fatty up the middle because that fatty got to be there to just eat up all that space up in there and take on those blocks. That's it. That's it. Yeah, you give Tristan Hill some time to develop. He'll be all right. Can we get C.J. Henderson? I said that the Falcons are probably going to get him before us. That's just where we at. Yeah, we got two, McCoy and Poe. You damn right. Screw right, man. RD was yeah, it was small as hell. Now don't get me wrong, I like some of the players that we had. I like hello, Miss Jackie. How you doing? Everybody address Miss Jackie. Show your love to Miss Jackie in the building, baby. You said we should get CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb gonna be gone, man. I keep telling y'all. I don't know why y'all. CeeDee Lamb is going to be gone. CeeDee Lamb is not making it out of the. Shit. He's gonna be gone before pick 12. I don't want to move in the first round because there's so much talent in the first round, Valerie. You can stay right there at 17 and get a great player. Move Crawford to the middle and draft another edge rusher. No. The reason why, because you already got you. That's what you got. You got your fat guys already. You got them. You don't need him to go in the middle. You need him to be an end and a 3-tech. He can switch it up. He can do both. That's where you need Crawford, right where he is. Don't move these guys. That's the problem with this team. We keep moving goddamn guys, and then they don't bust a damn grape. And then we sit here and we like, well, why he ain't do nothing? Why he ain't do nothing? Because you keep switching positions. And then the players are sitting here like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm learning this position. Then you want me to move me back. Then I got to gain weight to be this position. Then I got to lose weight to go back to this position. That Jason Garrett shit, goddamn Marinelli. They messed these damn players up, man. They did. Mike Wood, what's going on? Appreciate your support, man. That's why it's a team sport. You have to communicate with others. Yeah, yes. Communication is key. And guess what? It wasn't enough of it before. It was not enough of it before. And we just sat here and we talk about first round is either got to be a corner or a safety or edge rusher. Like I said, In my first mock draft, I had Xavier McKinney. Today's mock draft, I got Kalavon Chason. So that's it. Yeah, that is why Byron Jones was messed up. If they would have kept him at safety the whole time, if they would have kept him at cornerback the whole time, because when he was drafted, his ticket said CB out of UConn. I was just shit. We want to be exotic and do different things, and because he's versatile, don't mean that you can just throw these guys all around and just think that things is going to get better. It's not going to work out like that. It's not going to work out how you think it's going to work out. So cut the crap. Cut it out. Hey, E, what about the young safety from Texas A&M? I think Wilson. I hope he gets a shot to be a baller. Oh yeah. Definitely. Well, again, we'll see what happens. Like, I got confidence in this team that they're gonna do the right things in drafting. If you pay attention, you see what's going on. Will McClay is happy right now because he's got more control now. I think that out of anybody, not even us fans, fucking up my draft, I could tell Jason Garrett. I could tell Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, we should get this guy, and then we can have this conversation with Mike McCarthy, and we can do this, and that's it. That's it. Either Kayvon Frazier said the exact same thing on the podcast with George Iloka. I've heard the. You can send it to me, but I've heard the podcast, and I was talking about it before you came onto the thing, and I was basically telling all the other fans that about the situation and what Kayvon was talking about, how everything transpired with the last regime, and basically what he said made a lot of sense. And again, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So if you see that there's something happening, and even if you can see it from outside, oh, that thing is burning the hell on the inside. You open that door, it's like, woo, woo, the flames is hot, boy. That thing hot, daddy. That's pretty much what's going on. That's pretty much what's going on. Stop. The only time that you change a person's position is out of necessity, or if you communicate with that player and be like, hey, we're going to do some trick stuff in the playoffs. Like, for instance, perfect example. I'm going to give you guys an example. The tight end that we just got from the Chiefs, Blake Bell, right? Blake Bell also played quarterback in college. He can throw the ball as well. He maybe can be our version of Taysom Hill. So I know that the Chiefs didn't really use him like that. But say, for instance, if Mike McCarthy want to get happy and he want to do something, say if like we make it to the playoffs next year, and they want to do something different and ain't nobody seen, they can do a direct snap to Blake Bell. Blake Bell can throw the ball to Dak Prescott, and they can, do a Philly special. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? They can do a lot of different things. And I'm all for it. I am all for it. So, sky's the limit. Is Donovan Wilson my surprise? Yeah, we forget about a lot of these players. Luke Gifford, forgot about Luke Gifford, guys. The Belldozer, yeah. I would have loved to see Byron Jones in this defense with these new coaches, because they didn't throw the ball Byron Jones' direction that often, guys. And, we sit here and talk about, oh, he didn't get no interceptions. Okay, he didn't get interceptions. But he damn near batted that ball down. Explain to me, guys, on 3rd and 10 or 3rd and whatever. Oh, yeah, Noah Brown as well, yes. Oh, and I guess if you want to go there, Cedric Wilson and Ajave Johnson and what's the other guy? Devin Smith. We can go down the goddamn list. But yes, he held Michael Thomas to 40 yards in the game. And that's hard to do because Michael Thomas is a good ass receiver. One of the best receivers in the league right now. Young guy. So, everybody talks shit about Byron Jones. We're going to miss him, guys. We are going to miss Byron Jones. No, I've said this before, but for you guys that are in here that didn't hear me say it before, Explain to me, because I can explain it to you all day. If you're on defense, Byron Jones is there. What's the difference between whether it's third down or they went for it on fourth down? Because it'd be turnover on downs anyway, right? What's the difference between batting the ball down and getting the interception but not doing nothing with it, just getting tackled right where you got it? What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? It may look better in the stats for that particular DB, but it's the same goddamn thing. Your offense is going to get the ball back regardless, whether you batted the ball down or you intercepted it on third or fourth down. You're going to get the ball back to your offense. They're going to kick it back to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, again, the interception looks better on paper because when you see it, like, oh, he got 5 interceptions. Yeah, it looks good on paper, but we got to stop thinking as a fan base about – we got to stop being fanboys 100% of the time because we have to think smart. Just because a player's work doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, it does not mean that he's not a good player, guys. Because, again, a good player is a visual thing. You got to see the tape on that guy because everybody's work does not show up on the stat sheet. Perfect example. We talk about the fatties in the middle, right, on defense. The one technique. The one technique, if you got a one technique that gives you 4 sacks in a season, that's a great-ass defensive tackle. You know why? Because he's not a pass rusher. His sole job on that damn line is to clog and contain. Break that pocket, bulldoze it on the inside so the quarterback can't step up into the pocket and do nothing. So, with that being said, let's just think outside the box for a second and stop judging players strictly off of what we see stat-wise. Because just because it ain't there, don't mean it ain't happening. That's all I'm going to say. Right. Now, I just, what's up, James? What's going on, man? I look at it like this, man. And I try to explain things to you guys, and it's one and done, or we win the first game, which is the wild card game, and then we lose it in the damn divisional round. Do I think that they'll double dip in positions? They can double dip on corner. They can double dip at safety. They can do what they want to do. I think that if they were to double dip, they would double dip at corner. I believe that. Yes, I agree, Dallas Lee. The coaching should make the interceptions go up this year. Now, granted, the interceptions are for us, guys. That's for the fans, right? But I definitely respect a solid DB like Byron Jones was. I never took Byron Jones for granted. He was the best receivers in this league. And like somebody said in the chat, the fact that he held Michael Thomas, the fact that he held Julio Jones, the fact that he held what's the other dude? DeAndre Hopkins. Come on now. Odell Beckham, many years. Even though Odell Beckham plays a slot as well, but he's inside and out. So, now what they could have done with Byron Jones instead of messing around with Ezekiel Elliott ass, because he still had 2 years on his contract, I would have told Ezekiel Elliott, get your ass back on this team, get the hell out of Cabo, because you still signed, you're still under contract, and we can find you. The Cowboys chose not to find Ezekiel Elliott, just so you guys know. That was the team, because they were soft on him. I would have made his ass pay for that shit. I'd have been like, look here, Negro, get your ass back on this team and get in here and get in line and play Dolphins. I'm telling you. Everybody gets, and like I tell you all the time, everybody gets burnt here and there. Everybody gets penalties called on them, whether it's warranted or not. It happens. No cornerback or no safety is perfect in this league. A defensive tackle will miss a tackle, linebackers will miss a tackle, and DBs will get burned and scored on. It's life. It happens. It's the pros. It's the pros versus pros. This ain't Pee Wee League. It ain't like one team is so much better than the other every week in and week out. So I just feel like the fact that you lost that in a solid player, now you got to get that back. Now, when you draft a guy, no matter how high of a pick he is or how low of a pick he is, you don't know what they're driving. You don't know what they're going to do in the NFL. You don't know. Everything is a lottery pick. So, and again, you can't keep everybody. It happens. But if it were me, I would have went about that a different way. Look like it's going to be postponed. I don't know. Hopefully, man, they said this COVID-19 is getting, the weather is heating up now. So, it is springtime. I've heard that this virus can't survive a lot in the heat. This is the reason why it's not that many cases in Africa and Mexico and any of those countries that are right there at the equator where it's hot all the time. You don't see the cases there like that because, it doesn't survive in the heat too well. So I don't think that this thing is going to go that far into the summertime. I'm hopefully we get. It's already starting to load. So I'm about to be broke, bro. I'm gonna have to file unemployment myself. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Crazy. Now the draft, they're gonna do a virtual draft, so they're not gonna postpone the draft because nobody's gonna be there. It's just gonna be virtual. You said, "Are you wrong for wanting him gone?" You talking about Byron? No, you're not wrong. Everybody is entitled to their opinions. I was just making a case for Byron Jones because I was saying that his value will be missed, and he did do a lot of good things for this team. God damn it, James! You just got in here. You just gonna come in here at the end of the damn stream talk about what my draft picks are. So the draft picks are. All right, I'm gonna go over it one more time for the late bird. All right, so I'm gonna humor you guys. All right, so pick number 1, K'Lavon Chaisson, edge rusher out of LSU. Round 2, I had AJ Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. Round 3, Nick Harris, center out of Washington. Round 4, if he's there, wide receiver Chase Claypool out of Notre Dame. Round 5, Jared Hilbers, offensive tackle out of Washington. Round 5, Cameron Curl, safety out of Arkansas. And round 7, Logan Wilson, linebacker out of Wyoming. Because you guys know that we don't have our 6th-round pick because that was the one that we traded to get Robert Quinn in the first place. And now we don't even have Robert Quinn. But I think that J. Lou, X-Man, and Cheeto are going to play much better this season. And I know that their contracts are ending after this season. Even Anthony Brown. And those of you guys that don't like Anthony Brown, he's not a number 1 corner. I agree with that. But he's not bad either. And I think this team sees a lot in him. So this coaching staff, they've done their research on every single guy on this team. That's why they said, we need to keep this guy. We need to keep this guy. We can let this guy go. Or we can wait to sign him, figure it out. Or we can upgrade this position. So it's all good, James. So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally just put it like this. Anthony Brown ain't that bad. He ain't that bad. He's going to provide pretty good depth for us. You get you a starting cornerback in here and you get a guy to work side to side. You guys forget Anthony Brown is fast. He's one of the fast outside of Jeff Heath, even though Jeff Heath's gone. You can ask Kayvon Frazier. You can ask all these other DBs on this team. Anthony Brown is fast. Yeah, Jackie, he didn't turn around because you weren't in. You got in late too, Miss Jackie. None of these guys turned around because that's what the hell Chris Richard was telling them to do. Mike Nolan Al Harris and Maurice Lindquist, the young guys, because I think Al Harris is like my age. These dudes are not telling these guys to not to turn around. They are telling these guys to look at the ball in the air as it comes. Because when that ball is in the air, it's a freebie. You keep running, but you look back at that ball. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to look back at that ball. And guess what? They're going to get more picks and more interceptions. So that's what this new coach staff is telling me. Let's get out of the mindset of Rod Marinelli. Let's get out of the mindset of Chris Richard. Let's definitely get out of the mindset of Jason goddamn hand clapping Garrett. So this is a new year. It's a new regime. It's a new time. Let's look at it like that and just get out of that. So that's where we at. Zone play straight cover 3 all day. That's what we was doing. We didn't switch it up. So y'all ain't gonna switch it. Y'all ain't gonna do cover 2, cover 1. Y'all not gonna play man at any time. Y'all just gonna play 10 yards off the goddamn ball. 10 yards off the ball? Is that what we're gonna do week in, week out, year in, year out? And Jackie, you will see it, Miss Jackie. You will see it. This is not Garrett them. This ain't Marinelli them. This ain't Chris Richard them. This is Al Harris, Jim Tomsula, Maurice Lindquist, Mike Nolan. This is a new regime. They not doing that shit. And Miss Jackie, go back and watch some tape of Al Harris when he actually played for Green Bay himself. That was a press damn DB when he played in the game. And he ain't in 2020, we looking back for the ball. Matter of fact, put it on the damn t-shirt. 2020, looking back at the ball as it comes your direction. That's it. Tamira, what's going on? Yeah, I know you busy woman. I know. But long as you watch it at some point in time, you got it. It's gonna be there. I will post it. It will be up. And you said, and fullback, why do we have him? Miss Jackie, you and I had this conversation. Again, Mike McCarthy, do you remember? Did you look at Mike McCarthy when he coached for Green Bay? He had a nice little fullback named John Kuhn, right? John Kuhn had possession touchdowns. He not only blocked, but they had him a part of the offense. Now, what I don't understand about we may not have an Al Harris on the team, but we have an Al Harris as a coach. And that coach, Al Harris, is going to tell them what the hell they need to do. And he's not going to tell them wrong shit like the last regime did. That's the point I was making. But again, like I was saying about Jameis Olawale, like he has the talent to do the things. Mike McCarthy already said, we're going to utilize this fullback. We're going to do some things. And what I didn't understand about Jason Garrett is you look at Jason Garrett's playbook, it's predicated on having a fullback, but he never used them. We had Porsches and we had nice cars in the driveway, right? We didn't even drive them. You can't see what potential your player has if you don't do a damn thing with it. Hell yeah. No, I did not sing at the start of today's show. I should have though. So that's just where I'm at with that. You already know. All right, Tamir, holla at you. So, that's just how I feel about that. I just think that things are gonna be better. I miss Keith Smith too. He was pretty good. He with the Falcons now? The Raiders should have kept him. Yeah, why have it if you don't drive it? And that's the thing. And that's the thing that used to piss me off with this old regime. They got these players. You pick the players, and they'd be like, well, we didn't trust what he can do. The fuck? Did you have the nerve to say that in the interview? In a press conference? That you didn't trust it? Why the hell do you have these players on your 53-man roster? You just wasting space for players that ain't doing a damn thing for you? I don't understand that. Why Pick the damn player if you don't trust them. That's the stupid Armstrong. I want to see more out of Dorrance Armstrong. We forgot about Dorrance Armstrong. We forgot. We forgot about Dorrance. And he showed some promise. He definitely showed some promise. Use the guy. You have the talent. Use it. Get your guys out there on the field. Get their confidence up because, again, we're talking about 20-year-olds here for the most part. For the most part. We're talking about 20-year-olds. Think about what your mindset was at 20. Your mind, you're at 20 something transition from becoming a teenager to a grown man. And just because you're 21 don't mean you're a grown man, because life experiences change you too. So when you get these life experiences and things change and you become that grown ass man, you realize that like what is value to you. And as far as like the mindset, you're still thinking your mind is still easy to sway. So if the guy's not playing, he's sitting on the bench, he ain't got no confidence. He's not confident in himself. And he needs to go out there and play more to get that confidence. You said Sheagle fans always watch a Cowboy YouTuber. Yeah. I know. Well, I don't know. You know why they watch Dallas Cowboy YouTubers? And I used to ask the question a lot too. I look at it like this. I think it's because we dope as hell, yo. Cowboy YouTubers are dope as hell. Now, I think there's like 3 or 4 Redskin YouTubers that I even know about. You know, you got Philly 500. You know, shout out to Philly 500. Like, you know, he's holding down for the Eagle fans. But again, they watch us because they secretly think that we're dope. Because you don't see me on no other fans' YouTube channel. The only time that I watch a YouTube channel for a YouTuber or another, unless I know them personally or I respect that individual. I got a Rams YouTuber that follows me. Rams Talk. Shout out to Rams Talk. He watches my stuff too. I support his stuff as well. And we actually did a video together. So, you know, I like to interact with other YouTubers from other, you know, teams. But, you know, Dallas Cowboy YouTubers are dope, y'all. We dope as hell. And everybody wants to be a part of the cool club, Trent. And we are a part of the cool club. He said, you won't catch me on no NFC East use. I know that's right. And they have nothing to talk about but listen to us. Yeah. That's what it is. You know why? Because Dallas Cowboys equal money. When you talk about Dallas Cowboys, it's clickbait. It's instant clicks. That's what it is. Charlie, is he going to have limited role or is he going to start? They're probably going to utilize Sean Lee how they've been doing like last season because it worked. Whatever keeps him healthy for the whole season of the duration of the season, they're going to do. But that is all predicated on how well Leighton Vander Esch neck heals and, you know, if he's able to have range of motion. You all are great YouTubers and you have the knowledge. Salute you too. I appreciate you, Miss Jackie. And again, this is why we're here. We are here to educate and entertain. That's it. I'm a fool. I'm a damn fool. That's what I do. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. And those of you that have met me in person, you guys already know I'm just silly as hell. That's just the way I am. You know what I mean? Clicks equal dead presidents. They do. Gifford. Yeah, Gifford, Luke Gifford. They forgot about him. Definitely. Every sports network needs to cut the Cowboys a check for some stuff. I know, because they're making money off the Cowboys. And because everybody kept asking me, why did Rex Ryan make that comment about Amari Cooper? And it's the answer is easy. He wanted some attention. There's nothing going on right now. There's nothing to talk about. Let's just randomly talk about one of the Cowboys players. And I feel sorry for Dak Prescott because they talk about him like a dog. And I'm like, God damn, really? You know what? And I'm just a different type of person. Like, I don't know, because of the age that I am now, I don't I appreciate it, Swaggy. I'm just different, man. Like, I be ready to fight people sometimes. Like, don't come in disrespecting me, calling me out my name and saying racist stuff, man. I come right to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I at you on Twitter, be like, what's up, man? What's all this talking, man? Won't you talk to me about this? You know what I'm saying? Let's have a conversation. Let's look at my tape and let me show you what I did on the field. Now, Amari Cooper ain't got to say a damn thing. You know why? Because the very DBs that protect that cover him basically said that, oh no, y'all tripping, man. This dude hard to cover. We know because we run after this guy all the damn time. He literally broke a player's ankles. So, I mean, it is what it is. You said this coming from, yeah, you know we got to check him, Miss Jackie. You know we got to do that. But I'm in the stream soon. I've been on for an hour and 33 minutes. So those of you that missed my draft picks, you guys can go back and look at this one. And also you could go back to my 1.0. So anybody have any last comments, concerns, anything quick you want to talk about? Yeah, and don't get it twisted to we'll let you have. Yeah, you already know. I don't play no game. Slay already know. And Darius is like, shit, I'm going to the Eagles. That means I got to see Amari Cooper every week. I mean, twice a year. Shit. Twice on Sunday. You said Donovan Wilson must have said something about Gary. Yeah, and you know what's funny? So did Rico Gathers. That's why Rico Gathers. So let it be known, and I'm gonna say it right here. Those of you that don't know, a lot of the reason why Rico Gathers ain't here no more is because he said some ill things about Garrett. And you already know how that old coaching staff felt. They was acting like punks and stuff because they couldn't take criticism. And you know, a lot of the players felt the same way, but they never said it publicly because they didn't want to get cut or they didn't want to lose their spot on the field. So how they expressed their feelings was by losing these games on purpose. Because I guarantee you, that our defense, a lot of the players is like, fuck it, man, I'm not playing for y'all. I think that they probably was letting teams score on them. So just think of it like that. Just sit back and think about that for a minute. Yeah. And to come at him like that, because he's not like your average diva wide receiver like most wide receivers are. Like, he literally comes to work every day. He keeps his head down. He don't talk. He just does what he needs to do. And his resting face always looks like he's sad. But this is the way he looked. My resting face looks sad. People ask me 95% of the time when I'm chilling, what's wrong, E2? Ain't nothing wrong, man. I'm just funny looking like that. Like, that's what I tell them. I'm just funny looking. Like, it is what it is. That's the way I look. That's the way the God made me. I got a sad looking damn face. That's what I look like. But yeah. But thanks again, guys, for coming in. I appreciate everybody coming into the chat tonight. Those of you that came in late, you guys can go back, and once this is posted, you can go back and watch the beginning of it and see what I had picked. I'm debating if I'm going to do a part 3 of this. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on if I think that there's a whole new set of draft picks that I can come up with. Because I'm not going to I'm basically going by what makes sense and what's realistic to what the Dallas Cowboys would pick. That's what I'm going with. Everyone has to wear your mask, take serious, have a great week. I forgot that it was Easter weekend. I forgot because of this whole coronavirus. I literally forgot that it was Easter. Wow. And we can't even, there's no Easter egg hunts. You can't even go to church for Easter Sunday this year. Like, there's nothing, you can't do nothing. I'm going shopping. Anyone showing me love, man. Until next time, guys, it's your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. Talk to y'all next time. Be blessed.